evoked the spirit of freedom and determination in Ogun State when he faced some hurdles before the February 25, 2023 presidential elections. He spoke on Thursday in Ijebu-Ode, Ogun State, when he visited the palaces of the paramount ruler of Ijebuland, Oba Sikiru Adetono, and the Alake of Egbaland, Oba Adedotu Gbadebo, in Abuja, the Ogun State capital. The president said he remained hopeful and optimistic about achieving victory in the last presidential election, despite the ineffective cashless policy implemented by the Central Bank of Nigeria. Reflecting on the challenges in the build-up to the 2023 presidential election, President Tinubu recounted his concerns about the confiscation of funds and the failure of the cashless policy, and how he had previously sought wisdom and guidance from Oba Adetono during his visit to the palace.
Really emulate your courage, your steadfastness, and your frankness. I just come to say thank you. I made a promise before the primary. I will come back. So thank you because the way you've taken me, the way you've responded to me, all I can say is thank you. May you live long. May you live to see a better Nigeria, a prosperous Nigeria. Thank many of you. Thank you for being there for me and for being there for the country. You've demonstrated so much loyalty, so much commitment, voted at a very crucial time. Your monies were confiscated. The cash swap didn't work. It was.
Governor Dapo Abiodun extended a warm welcome to the president on his visit.
Your Excellency, Mr. President, a man with uncommon grace, a man who is a living testimony to what I call resilience, determination. The man who, in the last 1 month, has changed the face of governance in Nigeria. The man who has indeed began to walk the talk. During campaign, you preached the renewed hope gospel. Within the first 24 hours in office, you began to give Nigerians, indeed, that renewed hope. Mr. President, on behalf of our Royal Majesty, the entire people, government of this great state, it is my pleasure, and indeed a humble one at that, to welcome you to Ogun State.
Troops across all theaters of military operations in Nigeria have been urged to leverage the spirituality of the Eid al-Kabir celebration to pray for Nigeria as they continue to combat the challenges confronting the nation. This came to the fore during the 2023 maiden Salah luncheon for new service chiefs from troops of Operation Hadinkai. The Chief of Army Staff, Major General Thur Lagbaja, appreciated troops of the Nigerian Army for their commitment and sacrifice towards combating emerging security challenges across the country.
About the zeal and commitment of our troops in working with our sister services and other security agencies of government to ensure our collective success.
The Chief of Air Staff, Air Vice Marshal Hassan Abubakar, urged the troops to leverage the spirituality of the occasion to pray for the military as they strive to maintain security in the country.
That we are talking about in Nigeria can never be peaceful without enabling environment, and therefore we shall work together, inshallah. Rest assured of my continued support.
And for some foreign stories now, Ethiopia says it is concerned by the expansion of the violence in Sudan to areas outside the capital city, Khartoum, as refugees continue to cross their borders en masse. There was now worrying fighting involving a rebel group in South Sudan. Ethiopia's foreign ministry spokesperson Melis Alem said, according to the UN, more than 50,000 people have crossed borders into Ethiopia since the conflict began in April between Sudan's army and the paramilitary group Rapid Support Forces. The International Committee of the Red Cross says it has facilitated the release of 125 Sudanese soldiers held by the paramilitary Rapid Support Forces. The ICRC said the troops, many of whom were wounded, had been taken by bus from the capital Khartoum to the city center. The war between Sudan's army and the RSF has caused a major humanitarian crisis, displacing nearly 3 million people. And in sport, Nigeria has moved up a place in the latest FIFA men's ranking for June. Super Eagles, who were ranked 40th in the world in the ranking released in May. They gained 6 points and moved to 39th. The Eagles' rise in the rankings was largely due to their impressive performance in the recent Africa Cup of Nations qualifier against Sierra Leone in the month under review. And that's the Citizen FM News at 6. I'm Lawrence Omoite.
Abuja. Wake up. Reach out. Speak up. Speak out. You are the voice of a new generation. And this is your station. Talk Radio 93.7 Citizen FM.